Hello and welcome to my review of the Batgirls Fanzines. Let's see, so last April we had the Making of the Mask Batgirl fanzine open up for pre orders. And then, let's see, when was it? Last May we had the Legacies Batgirl fanzine open for orders. And I got the Making the Mask, I think sometime in September. I think maybe October of last year. And then yesterday I got Legacies. So obviously the Making the Mask team was able to get their stuff produced a little faster. But I have both fanzines in front of me now. Here is Legacies and Making of the Mask. And I am very excited to review the two zines and the packages that came with them. Let's see, where is it? Okay. Here we go, settings. Let me just make sure. Yes, I have the right mic selected. Okay. So, let's look at the original websites. Here's the Making the Mask website. They had several packages, starting with the Robin, Batgirl, Spoiler, Black Bat, Orphan, and Oracle packages. And I appreciate the whimsy of naming the packages after the identities of the Batgirls. I bought the highest tier package for both, so I spent $70 plus shipping on the Oracle package of Making the Mask. This came with the zine. So here's the zine. The zine is, let's see. So the zine is about 60 plus pages of fanfic, fan comics, and art. And let's see. It also comes with, let's see, maybe I can, yes. Okay, this is much easier to read. So it also has 4 prints. So let me pull out the prints. So we have 4 prints. So 1, 2, 3, and so this is one of the 2 foil prints. These are really nice. I love the foil effects. And here's the 4th print. And the foil prints were stretch goals. Let's see, what else we have? 6 stickers. So I feel like actually way more than 6 stickers. So I actually got 2 of each sticker. I'm not sure why, but I had 6 of these hexagonal stickers, which are each Babs, Steph, and Cass's bedrooms. Have this D&D sticker, which is really cute, of Steph and Cass in Dungeons and Dragons style gear. Have a tarot card Babs. Very nice design there. She's holding some flowers. You have a rooftop of the girls in sort of an impressionistic style. I really like that one. We have a spoiler alert quote from Batman and Robin Eternal for Steph. I love that we have a solo Steph sticker. Makes me very happy. Got kind of a fun, messy party Oracle, and plus Tim, apparently, in the back sticker. And then we have a solo Cassandra Cain sticker. So a bunch of stickers. And again, I don't know why. I don't think I ordered 2 of each, but I got 2 of each. Not complaining at all. 2 acrylic charms. So I actually have no clue what this is. I think maybe if I scanned it with a Spotify app, it would give me a playlist, but I don't have Spotify. I've used it a few times, but I don't know. But this is a Batgirl playlist link charm. And also, now this is a really cool one. This is the three girls in civilian gear, and then on the reverse side, it's in the Batgirl gear. So Babs is at the top, and then Steph is in the middle, and Cass is at the bottom. And that's really cool. This is probably my favorite of the keychain charms that I got. Well, I mean, there's only two, but this one I just find really appealing. We have 3 enamel pins. So this is all 3 Batgirls. It's really pretty. We've got Cass, Steph, and Babs against the Batgirl symbol. That's gold. It's really, that's really pretty. We have a Babs Batgirl pin. That's really nice. Definitely based on the Batgirl Burnside costume, which is what the current design for Babs is. Although it wasn't. I'm pretty sure when this started. See, this started in 2022. No, I guess that would still be her current Batgirl because that started back in Fear's State, which I think was fall of 2021. Yeah, so she's had the Batgirl Burnside inspired design for a while now. And then there was a stretch goal where you can get all 3 of the enamel pins for each Batgirl. So here's Cass. She's very blue. I thought she was Bluebird for a bit last night when I looked at my package again. Here is Babs. Love her glasses there. And then, of course, Steph. And this is more in the spoiler, although that is, of course, the way her Batgirl looks. But definitely a nice little Steph there in a square instead of circular pin. And I like that. So both of the magazines were able to make all 3 of their stretch goals. And so the stretch goals for making of the mask were 2 of the 4 prints had added what's it called? Foil instead of just matte printing. And then instead of just getting 1 of the enamel pins, you get all 3 of the Batgirl individual pop art enamel pins. And lastly, there's the 3-panel standee. And this is really fun because it's basically an Instagram pic that you can stand up with all 3 Batgirls and a little detail. I love that kind of just in-universe kind of making. And it's really cool. You can just display it on your desk, sit it down, and you've got Batgirl stuff. Very cool little standee. So that is all of the merch for the magazine. As I said, the zine itself is about 60 pages. You can see the Legacy zine is about 100 pages, so there's significantly more content. The Making of the Mask is taller. I have to say the formatting of the Making of the Mask zine is a little hard for me to read. It has character names and then I think artist names, but it does those on the top of each page, so you can't really tell if it's a new story or not. This has a lot of fan comics, so I like that that's an experimental form they did. Some really cool prints. There's a specific there's a specific Cass print. This one, the roller skating one, that apparently was a print in the store, but it looks really cool. I definitely understand why they made that into a store print. On the whole, this is fun, but I'm not. It didn't stick with me as much, I would say. It doesn't feel quite as intense. But that's just my feeling. I hope that everyone else who got it really enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it, and the merch that I got. I think, though, to give a little spoiler alert, I would probably say that the Legacies was probably the one I enjoyed more. So I'm going to move on to the Legacies. So Legacies had a bit fewer tiers. We had the origin story, which was basically just the digital stuff. Sidekick, which was the book plus the digital stuff. The Mentor, which was the book plus some physical stuff. And then Legacy, which is the book plus all physical stuff. I actually don't know if I ever got the digital stuff. I should look at that because they said they had emotes, which might be cool to add to my Steph server. But let me see. Can I? Here's the stretch goals. Let's see if I can open. Okay, it doesn't get bigger. But I will show you the merch that I got. So we have the book, as I said, 100 pages, little squarer, so it's less rectangular. Really high quality. Both of them have high quality paper. This one feels a little heavier. And I really love the quality of the cover art. It's a two-sided thing. Both of them are two-sided. One thing I don't like is neither of them have a title on the spine. That might be more expensive or hard to do, but it would be kind of nice because if you put this on the wall, like on your shelf, which I'm planning to do, it's like, unless you know that's what the spine looks like, it's going to be kind of a mystery to you. I like the organization of this one a lot better. They have the title and the writer on the top of the news story. I wish they put the artist there because you have to hunt for the artist in the back. They do have, so this one has a few extra Batgirls. So the Making of the Mask mostly focuses just on Steph, Cass, and Babs. This one has a story and a pinup, not a pinup, like a poster print for Betty. That's really cool. It includes one of my favorites, which is Hawkfire, which no Betty fan likes, but it is part of her history. They also, I guess I lied. There is some semi-fan comics in here, but really not as much. This one is like 7 or 8 stories rather than. But they also focus on Tiffany Fox from Future State. So there's a whole Tiffany Fox story, which is nice. But the one that I really appreciated was actually, and here's one of our members on the Steph server, Dinosaur Auto, on this side, and then this is Pseudofolio, big Cassandra Cain draw fan. Oh, where is the one that I was going to show you? This, oh, here it is. So this is Room for Hope, and it is basically a sequel to Brian Q. Miller's Batgirl run, and it's all about Nell Little as Batgirl and Steph as Nightwing, and that was really great to read. This one, for some reason, this one feels really Steph heavy for me, and I don't know if that was on purpose. It just feels like there was a ton of Steph stories that really gave Steph a lot of development and built on Steph's Batgirl's history and a bunch of Steph art. And I am not going to complain because I am here for the Stephanie Brown. I love Cass and I love Babs and I love Tiffany and I don't love Tiffany as Batgirl. I love Tam more than I love Tiffany. I love Nell and I love Betty. But Steph is the reason I spent. So this one was $45. So it was significantly cheaper to get the dollar package. It also had less stuff than the Making of the Mask. So let me go into the merch. So I think on merch side, Making the Mask might have Legacy's beat just in terms of volume, but there is some really high quality merch for the Legacy. So in addition to the book, I've got 2 postcards. So it came in this nice pink purple envelope, very Steph, and they had this stretch goal of washi tape, which is foil washi tape. So all the Batgirl symbols, including Betty, have symbols and masks on this tape, and they used it to seal the envelope. So that's really cool. And the envelope contains the stickers and the prints. So I'm just going to do all those at once. Has 2 postcards. And the postcard print. So here's a Stephen Cass. And what's really cool about this is that it actually has postcards, and this is written from the Batgirls. It feels like Steph wrote it, just even from the Batgirls series. I guess the Batgirls series had been going on when I ordered this. It just feels so long ago. And here is the second one, and this is an Oracle one. So, and it has a recruiting message from Oracle and Batman Inc. on the back. I just love the detail on these. It just feels like you're in the world of Batgirls. And then, so this is just a one-sided one. No, but it's the foil. You can see that the bat symbol is this pinkish purple foil, and it's really cool. And you've got, Steph and Babs and Cass in highlight. It's just I love the artistic approach to this. It looks really cool. And this was a stretch goal. And all of them unlocked, as I said, all 3 of their stretch goals. Very cool. I love the prints. I'm going to do a side-by-side on the prints. I'm going to do side-by-side on all the stuff, but I'm just doing each piece here. 3 die-cut stickers. So these are cutout stickers. I've got Cassandra Cain, sort of almost a crucifix pose, which is interesting, but cool. She looks awesome. Babs and Rosie the River saying, "We can do it." Very appropriate for her. And then this one's really cool. So I've got Stephanie Brown as Robin and Batgirl in a reversible sticker, and it says Batgirl Robin in the middle. I love this sticker. That is just so cool. We've got a sticker sheet, 6 stickers, civilian and costume for a Batgirl costume specifically, although Babs, you could say she's in her Oracle as opposed to civilian, but she basically wears civilian clothes to be Oracle. So those are the paper bits, and let me look at the feelies, as we like to say. Although technically stickers are feelies, but I'm talking about feelies. Sticker sheet, enamel pin. So there's 1 enamel pin, and that is the 3 Batgirls in civilian logo, civilian gear. It looks like it's 2-tone, and they've got some tattoos. It's Batgirl Gang. So that's kind of a cool alternate universe. Nice and shiny. It looks very cool. Sticker sheet, embroidered patch. So this is a Once a Batgirl, Always a Batgirl. This appeared officially first in Future State Batgirls by Vita Ayala and art by, it wasn't Laura Braga. I don't remember who did the art. But here is, it was Iniki. That was who the art was in Future State. So Once a Batgirl, Always a Batgirl. Slightly reflective thread used for this embroidery. Really cool stuff. You can iron it on, I believe. I don't think I will. I just like having this. And it has bats and Oracle and wires and a bat symbol. It's really cool. I love the fonts. I love this patch. Very cool. And then we have an acrylic charm, which is, this is funny. So Steph is wearing a Batgirl hat with ears, and none of them are masks. And Babs is an Oracle, and Cass she's got a bat ear headband. So very chibi style in the acrylic charm. I really like this one too. I like the other acrylic charm that I got with the making the mask. Not lastly. Oh wait, is the standee? Okay, the standee is a stretch goal, and there was another stretch goal, wasn't there? Yes. So there's also these other stretch goals. So let me show you that other stretch goals. So there's an acrylic shaker charm, and this has little chibi heads of Batgirls. You can see, and it has 2 bat symbols in the clock tower, and you can shake it around, and that's just really fun. And the back, just sort of rainbow sky. So there's a shaker charm. It's a stretch goal. And then lastly, is the standee. So like the Instagram one, you stick the little acrylic pieces into the base. The base is a really cool Batgirl symbol, right like that. And then you've got Babs in the back, and then Cass and Steph. And this is just a fun little 3D thing. It's really big, as you can see. This is my hand. It's bigger than my hand. The other standee is much more palm-sized. So depending on how much room you have, it depends on which one you want to display more if you have limited space. Or you can, of course, do both. So those are all the acrylics, and I've started the side-by-side. So let's do side-by-side. We don't have as many enamel pins to compare because we just have the 1 Batgirl Gang. So I'm not going to compare the pop art Batgirl pins. I'm just going to compare the Batgirl pins that have all 3. So here's Making of the Mask, and here's Legacies. They're about the same size. They both have 2 pins to attach them on the back. They're both very heavy. They're both enamel, and they both have a lot of shininess. The Making of the Mask is a lot shinier because it's got more exposed gold area. but it doesn't have any face details. So it really depends. If you know what you're looking at, you can tell exactly who everyone is. But this one's just a little more detailed. This I tend to prefer the Making the Mask one just because I think it's got an art style that I enjoy more. The sort of abstract. It's not impressionist. It's sort of symbolist approach, and I really like that. And I like how color coded everything is. But they're both really nice pins. I really enjoy both acrylic pins. Sorry, enamel pins. Acrylics are different. Speaking of acrylics, so there's not nearly as many acrylics for making the mask as there are. Well, there's one acrylic for making the mask, which is the 3, and I love that one. I really love that one. There's 2 acrylics. There's the stretch goal and the keychain. I like both of these. The shaker one is really fun just because of the action you have with it. But I don't know. I think I like the art best on this one. It's just such appealing art. So again, making the mask has a slight edge, but I love all of them. So there's none of these that I'm like, oh man, this is trash. I don't want it. There is no patch for making the mask, so I can't compare that. It has extra enamel pins, plus the Spotify playlist. I still don't really understand that. So now it's time to compare some stickers. So there's a lot more stickers. So I got 9 stickers for Legacies, and let's see how many stickers I got for making the mask. I'm only going to count 1 of each because I got doubles, but I'm going to call each sticker individually. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So actually, I guess there's actually 9 stickers for each, but the stickers just feel much more varied. So you have these hexagonal ones that I would say are the most similar. They're unique. There's nothing like the hexagonal stickers in the Legacies bundle, and it's about their room, and I love the little details that each room has. These ones are really cute, sort of individual headshots. The Babs Tarot card sticker compared to the Babs Rosie the River, I don't know if I have a preference. I think the same artist designed all of the Legacies ones because they all have a similar thick line, very appealing style. And each of these stickers is clearly designed by a different artist. I like the elegance of the tarot card, but I'm not a big tarot guy, so I don't know. It's kind of, I don't have a huge preference either way on the Babs specific sticker for each bundle. Let's see. So for the cast sticker, here's the cast sticker for making the mask. Here's the cast sticker for Legacies. Interesting that they both have the really black and yellow color symbol dominating, and I think that's not an accident. She has 2 colors in her costume, and they go really well together. So, I think this was a little more striking, and there's a little more detail, but they're both really nice stickers. So, again, sort of half of one, half full, half empty, kind of. And then you have the 2 spoiler stickers. So here's the Making the Mask spoiler with the Batman and Robin Eternal quote, and that's spoiler. And this one is Batgirl and Robin. So they each highlight different. There's no real overlap other than the character shifting around. I like the art better here, and I love the clever design of flipping it over. But I also love that quote from Batman and Robin Eternal, and I do love the new 52 suit that she's wearing. So again, I think sticker-wise, it's a tie for me. I love both of them. No shade to either one. Now the prints will be really interesting. So we're going to compare like with like. I'm going to compare the non-foil prints to the non-foil prints and the foil prints to the foil prints. So obviously the prints for making the mask don't have the cool postcard background. So that's a little bit of I love that stuff. It just makes me feel like I'm in the world of the Batgirls, and that's really cool. Both of these are all 3 Batgirls, so they're slightly different. Whereas you had an Oracle and a Stephen Cass one for. So here's Oracle and Stephen Cass. So slightly different approach. I love this art. They definitely did a good job selecting artists for the print. Is very fashion of a specific time, and they've got the broad stripes that really give it a visual dynamic. It looks really energetic. And each character has a pretty decent expression, although they're kind of the same expression. So a little, not quite as exciting on expression wise. This one does better on different expressions. You've got Babs doing gardening and Steph sort of standing wistfully and Cass against the fence. This is really good at getting the different characters of the Batgirls. And I love this print. I love both of them, but this one I love a little more because I think it has both the color coding and the expressions are all different for each one, which gives each one a different personality, as I think they should. So this one, it's from Oracle's perspective. So it actually doesn't have Babs on it, but you have Cass, and you have Cass and Steph on the screens, and you also have Love. This one's just very much like Barbara's computer screen, and that's really cool. This one is all about a wanted poster, very punk. If you've seen the Spider-Verse films, it's very similar style. And this feels a lot like Robbie Rodriguez, who created Spider-Gwen, and is also an artist for Batgirls. And so this feels similar to that, like they're drawing a lot from the same aesthetic well. So I don't know if I have a preference. I really do love these two prints, especially this one. And I love these postcards. So I don't know if I can pick. So we have 2 foil prints for Making the Mask and 1 foil print for Legacies. They all have really different approaches. So all 4 prints for Making the Mask have all 3 Batgirls, and so that's different. This foil print has the Batgirls, but they're actually all in profile, so it's a lot not in silhouette. This one I don't really like the art style. It feels a little unpolished, but it has a great energy. You can tell there's a lot of love, and all 3 and the foil action effect is really cool. That's a really fun foil print. And it says Legacy, Redemption, and Freedom. And each word is selected next to one of the Batgirls. So that's really nicely done. This one, the foil is on the Batgirl detail and on the windows and on the border. And I love the Batgirls working together. They feel like a human chain that is just, they're so good together. This one's really adorable and very cute. And then this one, it only has the one little foil detail, but it's really well chosen and it's gorgeous. And I love the pinky purple sheen to it. Plus, you can really tell that, this is Steph, and then this is Babs right here, and then this is Cass. So you can really tell who the Batgirls are, even though you can just see them in silhouette. I don't know if I can pick the prints. I think because of the background, the backs of the postcards, I think maybe Legacies has a slight edge over Making the Mask, but Making the Mask did a great job with the prints. So prints are a huge highlight for me. I love the art here, and I love the quality that they feel. All right, I think that is all of the comparisons I wanted to make of each merch item. I wanted to highlight some of the interior stuff that I liked about each zine itself. So I already showed you that one print of Cass. I'll show it again when I find it. But it is just a fantastic, just such good attitude. This is a great Cass print. That's awesome. Let's see if I can find another. This Instagram, so this is Steph's Instagram, and so you have on this side, you've got Steph's Instagram page, and then on this side you have one of the things clicked in. Like, this is a thing. I love that you like the postcards. This makes you feel like you're in the world of the Batgirl. So I love that. Very cute art. So all good on that particular piece. This is a nice. What's interesting is they did a lot of orphan naming back in Making the Mask, which is not super popular with Cass fans, but I think it looks really cool, and I'm not mad about the orphan name like a lot of Cass fans are. Let's see, so those 2 definitely stood out. Yeah, so this is a very fun little zine. As I said, it didn't really stick with me, but it is really nice. Now, Legacies, I've got a bunch I want to highlight. In addition to the great cover, the cover is just so gorgeous. Aha! We've got one of my favorites, Misfit. So she doesn't actually get a story. I think she gets mentioned in the story once, but we get a whole splash page of her. Love that. Or cover. I don't know. Splash page or cover. There's a lot of cool art between each story. Here's a fun. They're making a glasses fashion, and then they're laughing after the picture together, and that's really fun. The relationship between all of the Batgirls, including the ones who are not as commonly thought of as Batgirls, is really nicely done in Legacies. Here's a breakfast scene with the Batgirls. Really like the art there. I have to say, I feel like the artists are a bit more polished on Legacies. Just my impression, and it's very difficult to judge. And so here's one of the things that made me think it was really Steph heavy. This is Steph as Batgirl walking head down with Robin and Spoiler sort of in reflections in the hallway. This is so, I just love the emotion this evokes. Like Steph looking down, the emotion, body language they have for her, and the two of her other identities next to her. Really cool stuff. So really great, please. And so much Steph stuff, and that's such a part of why I wanted to buy both of these zines. So definitely didn't disappoint there. I just love this Nell. It's perfect Nell. I wish there was more Nell content, and especially specifically Nell plus Steph, because Nell was in the Bombshells, but Steph didn't appear till like 20 years later, and that really annoyed me. And here's Steph as Nightwing hugging Nell, and that's just, it reminds me of the great fan fiction story by Quick called What Would Batgirl Do? WWBG do? BGD. Definitely search that out on AO3. Really good story. Although the whole series is rated T, that story is not, I think it's rated PG-13, but the whole series is rated R for a lot of violence and more adult relationship type stuff. This isn't my favorite art, but I love that they have so many. You've got Batgirl Steph and Red Hood Steph and Zombie Steph and Spoiler Steph. It's like all the steps into the Steph verse. Again, it feels very Steph heavy, and that's not a problem for me, but it is interesting to me, especially since Steph feels like she's been more ignored by DC's official editorial, and maybe that's why it's Steph heavy. Maybe the Steph fans feel the need to create more Steph art because we're not getting as much from DC officially. But I don't know if that was on purpose or accidental or anything. Now, this story is so cute. I think this is a day in the life of Steph, and yeah, it is the day in the life of Steph. And Steph just has such cute little art in the spot illustrations there. Absolutely gorgeous. And here's the same artist doing the last illustration of Cass and Steph hanging out. Oh, so good. And here's the Betty story. Betty and Cass hanging out, fighting Killer Moth. I'm sure Killer Moth fans will be very happy about that. Here's all the Batgirls in all their identities. Really nice art there. And here is Iris Pardrum on Twitter and Instagram, and Lan Ma on the Wayne Family Adventures. She does background art along with Susie Blake. I had the pleasure of meeting Susie Blake at Chicago Comic-Con, and Lan does the other half of the backgrounds. They switch back and forth because they do have to do one every week. I love this Batgirls band, very sort of Spider-Gwen / Black Canary, and then, of course, the Betty splash page that I mentioned before. And here's so Oracle as a statue and Babs and Steph as knights. Really cool. Just so many good emotions created by the art in this book. If I had to just go by the books, I would definitely say I think Legacies gave me a lot more in terms of emotions. There was a couple stories that weren't my favorite, but you know what? That's okay. It's difficult making content for fans of these three characters because there's so much competition. I think both Making of the Mask and Legacies did a great job of not antagonizing any of the different fans. So Babs fans, Cass fans, and Steph fans all have historical bitterness, and I'm not saying that bitterness is at all unwarranted, because it is very sad the way DC has pitted the characters and the fans of the characters against each other. But I think that the mods and producers of these zines did a really good job of trying to bring everyone together, and I hope that they do. I don't. So the Making the Mask sold 176 copies of the zine itself. A bunch of extra merch is still available, but I think the zine itself is sold out. So 176 people bought that. Legacies sold 236. I think partly because the biggest package for Legacies was significantly cheaper. It was about $35. No, let's see, 45. What was Oracle? So Legacy was 45 and Oracle was 70. So it was 25. Yes, 25 additional dollars for the maximum order for Making the Mask, and I think that's probably part of why they didn't have quite as many sales. But a good number, as I said, both of them at all three of their stretch goals. Legacies even had additional stretch goals of that cool shaker charm. If you did get these, we have one person saying hello. And if you did get these fan magazines, let me know what you thought. If you had a preference, if you only got one, what made you change? Like, what was the deciding factor between getting one versus the other? Was it price? Was it what you got? Did you know? I mean, I know I've got some friends who contributed to Legacies. I don't think I have any friends who contributed to Making the Mask. I also have some fandom friction with some of the people who created Legacies, but fandom this small and with so many strong opinions and such a significant period of time, it's not surprising that there's some tension. But I'd love to know that. I'd love to know if you have a preference. I'd love to know if you had a favorite bit of merch. If you just love all the merch, I love all the merch. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again for more solicitations and Batgirl content reviewing. Thanks. Bye.